So the daily task and the process going through it. So of course our daily task is making sure that every resident in the building is accounted for when it comes to meal delivery. So the first thing, my day usually starts between 10 and 11 o'clock. We go around the entire building and collect everybody's dinner menus. And we do a very simple tally count regarding everybody, what they're ordering, so that the cooks in the kitchen know exactly what they need to make for the day. My staff shows up at about 3 o'clock and we get the kitchen set up for dinner service, and we sit down as a group and talk about what position everybody is in, any challenges that we might face going into the day, any side jobs that we have to make sure gets completed, like any extra sanitation, any extra cleaning that needs to be touched up for that day. And then we talk about weekly things such as computer-based trainings that need to get done, any potential issues that arose over the last couple of days, so that the whole team is on the same page. You guys are getting all of these emails. Last month we had a yearly sign-off that had to do with reasonable suspicion, and it was just a sheet that you had to read, and when you clicked the box, that meant that you did your electronic signature and you read and understood everything. This month, it's a 15-minute video on personal protective equipment. Things like gloves, your face shield, non-slip shoes for in the kitchen, you know, hot mitts for taking hot things out of pans or whatever so you don't burn yourself, things like that. By 4:15, we're rocking and rolling in the kitchen with an assembly line process between calling out the hot food orders to the cooks and assembling the cold food items on a tray, loading the tray up to a mobile cart, and then the cart going out in short bursts on each side of the building to ensure quick meal delivery. The food is arriving hot, on time, and in the correct order, so that all the residents have their meals by 5:15. And then it's cleaning up and going home.
My job position is I'm going to be a runner, so I carry carts of trays for the residents and I go to the room individually and give it to them. If I'm not a runner, I'm going to be in the kitchen putting the trays together and like putting soups or ice cream. Because of COVID, I try not to leave the house much, so it has impacted my work schedule as I don't work as many hours as I used to. But outside of that, it hasn't really impacted much.
So I've been managing in a couple of different positions for going on 7 years now, and I think my preferred way of managing is working with my employees and learning their individual learning styles and matching my teaching to them. I find it a lot easier and I get better reception from my employees when I try to flex to the best way that they learn. It shows an appreciation for who they are as people, and I feel like I get a little bit more response out of them that way. So I like open communication. I like to have group discussions so that everybody feels that they're involved in the decision-making process for anything moving forward. Even when it comes to holding people accountable for their job, I like to try to keep it on a team level so that everybody knows that they can count on their fellow employees instead of just holding on to grudges that some people aren't pulling their own weight. That way, if there's anything that I need to mediate, I can do it seeing it from everybody's point of view.
Alright, job position, I prep and cook all food for the residents at Moravian Village. we have 3 separate kitchens, all of which I've worked. COVID's impacted it, not by much. I mean, maybe 10 hours at most. And it varies between days, so it could either be between 30 to 47, or 37, sorry. No overtime, but that's not bad.
How has COVID impacted me and my team? I feel like I'm in a very unique position when it comes to my team, because my team is a very young base, ranging from high school students through halfway through college students. And just seeing how COVID affected them with their education and their personal lives, you know, that was big. We had to make adjustments to help them kind of ease into this very rough and very quick and sudden transition in their lives. But on top of that, we were seeing how the isolation was affecting our residents, and that also affected myself and my team on a more personal level because we have really good relationships with these people. And to see them suffer and feel lonely the way that they did, it really took a lot of teamwork on our end to make sure that the residents knew that we were there for them, and even though they couldn't see their family, we were like their second family. Very short turnover time to go from what life was before COVID into being everybody's support system, but also banding together and being the support system of our small community.